I'm that that's just drip too hard. I never would have guessed. I wanna relax, do what another hit, someone hits on my old town. Yeah, baby, I'm a stunner.
Back in October, the Seahawks won a boards.
For football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm. Tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And we will not see a run. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson.
Energizing offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the...
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Cook. And he takes a shot. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 10, Cook. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. Keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big
time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Throwing, Cook. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take it. Touchdown, Cardinals! Darrell Henderson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson being chased out left. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, Wilson dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 23. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. Still 9 remaining on second down. From the gun again to Henderson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bilal Nichols just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Back to throw. Cook. And he can't get away from the pressure. Cook goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do, it got his man complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. Touchdown, Seahawks. Dwayne Eskridge with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Succop. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Cook. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And well, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route. And the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat. And then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Henderson will try and run for the first. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Seattle.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And quickly they get to the line. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, he's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
4th down, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points, and following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cook. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime with a visiting Seahawks. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point try now for Succop. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Back to throw. Cook. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. John Franklin Myers. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. John Franklin Myers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a... Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On third down, Wilson flushed out right. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Budda Baker. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second and 2, Cook, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run again with Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Wilson steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And they will take a knee here. Two running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a